Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video covers key takeaways of NPAT 2019 question paper. So NPAT is an exam for the Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies that the candidates would be appearing for on 18th of May and 22nd of May 2020. So if you have your exam on 18th of May, I'd urge you to stay till the end of this video even if you have it on 22nd of May, because I'll be sharing you the links and important areas where you can practice mocks or you can practice papers for NPAT. So stay tuned to this video. Also subscribe to my channel because I'll be coming up with new content and new videos each day about symbiosis entrance test and DUJAT, IPMAT Rohtak, IPMAT Indore. So stay tuned to my channel and subscribe to it. If you like the further content that I'll be sharing in this video, please like this video as well. So let's get started with this video. There are few key takeaways of NPAT 2019 question paper, which is given exactly as the sample paper for this year. And I hope that the points that I'll be sharing will help you to enhance your preparation and to make it easier for you to decide which topic to do. So talking about the math section that we have here, or the quantitative aptitude section, most questions in math were of medium or difficulty level. They were not very easy as the verbal section was. So make sure that you keep in mind that verbal section is one section where you can actually grab marks. Statistics, trigonometry, sequences series and set theory were the dominant topics, right? So I would also suggest you to keep a notebook beside you while you listen to this video, because you need to keep a note of all the things that are important that I'm going to mention here, right? So the very important topics that I have noticed in the quant section was that statistics, trigonometry, sequences and series and set theory were the important topics. Now these topics have been taught to you in class 11th and 12th, and if you have not had maths in class 11th and 12th, I'd urge you to put in extra efforts, because for the ones who've had it in 11th and 12th, it's the same, it's the NCERT level. All you need to do is brush up a bit, right? But these were the main topics, these were the dominant topics, and the most questions had come from statistics, trigonometry, sequences series and set theory. They had 4 to 5 questions each, which means they had 16 to 20 questions in total, which makes a lot of marks, because you have 40 questions in quantitative aptitude, and if you get 16 to 20 questions right because of these 4 topics, it would be a huge deal. Then remaining questions were from other topics included in this section. The questions based on fractions were a little time consuming. So जो fractions पे questions थे वो time consuming थे, which means that आपको fractions वाले questions अगर आते हैं and if the first discretion what you feel is that you will not be able to do it, then you must definitely leave it, because time matters a lot in NPAT exam. You have to cover 120 questions in 100 minutes. Okay, now talking about the logical reasoning section that we had. Logical reasoning section had standard questions from topics such as election criteria, set based questions जो होते हैं, data interpretation था. Data interpretation 2 questions आए थे, as in 2 sets आए थे, उसके अंदर 3 questions each. Then we have data sufficiency as well. Now one thing that you need to remember in data sufficiency is that you do not need to solve the whole question. Data sufficiency question only ask you if the data is sufficient enough for you to answer the question. It does not require the value of x, it does not require the value of y. It just asks you if x की value निकल पाएगी by the given statements, right? So I'll also share with you a sample of such a question, like if we talk about an example of so if an example of data sufficiency question is that, can you trace the relationship between B and R? Okay, so B and R are 2 people. So A statement says that B is the mother of S and S is the daughter of R. So here we can see a relation. So we can easily find out that yes, statement 1 is enough to answer my question. You do not need to see how D and S or whatever the persons I had taken as the question are related. They're not asking you the relation, they're just asking you if the statement is clear enough to be it is easy for you to draw out the answer from these given statements, right? That is what data sufficiency is all about. Always keep this in mind, because a lot of students have lost their time because they start determining the answer of the given questions when it comes to data sufficiency. Then we have important topic is Venn diagram and visual reasoning. So Venn diagram you must definitely know. Venn diagram comes in different shapes. It comes in triangles and rectangles, not only circles like the way we have read in class 11th and 12th NCERT. 4 questions were from verbal reasoning like syllogism, statement assumption, and deductive reasoning. There were no arrangement set with multiple questions, right? So arrangement sets nahi the I think 2019 paper mein, and it would be as advisable for you for not to focus on arrangement questions this year as well, because of the fact that your exam is you're not allowed to keep a lot of papers or a notebook when you're appearing for the exam. All you need to have is 2 sheets of paper, right? You must keep this in mind that you only have to keep 2 sheets of paper as given in the instructions, and you will use only those sheets for solving out or for all the calculations. तो इस बार arrangement questions आने के chances बहुत कम है, because they do not expect questions that are hefty and need a lot of time for calculation, right? Then coming to the third section, which is the RC and grammar dominated section. So reading comprehension. Now reading comprehension, there are 2 reading comprehensions and around 3 to 4 questions from each. It has varied over the years, so I cannot declare the particular amount of questions that come from reading comprehension, but definitely एक दो तो आती ही हैं sets रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन की, और उसमें से 3-4 क्वेश्चंस उस रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन पे बेस्ड होता है. नाउ दिस इज द एरिया वी कैन easily grab marks, and also you can easily use upon the time. So the starting section for you in the NPAT exam would be English, and what I suggest you to do is complete it in 20 minutes. उसको 20 मिनट में ख़त्म करो. Then you have your logical reasoning, then you have your quant. उसको 60 minutes दो, and reasoning को 20 minutes दो. This is all what is expected from you, because quant takes time and you do not have enough time for calculations and everything. So this is how you must divide 20, 20 and 60. If you're much comfortable with quant, I'd suggest you to be flexible enough. You can take 50 minutes for quant and 30 minutes for reasoning, as you like, right? So in the questions in the verbal ability section, they were easy, and the overall difficulty level of this section was easy. So there was not much in this. All you need to do is focus on some vocabulary component, because vocabulary matters in NPAT. A lot of questions come from vocabulary. Also there are analogy questions, okay, there's connectives, so you must definitely do those questions, right? And so we have data interpretation questions here, and we have if you've given the mock, you must have gone through these questions already. And now talking about where you can take mocks, the most reliable source for you to take mocks is the NPAT website or the NMIMS website itself. You have been given mock test for NMIMS का link. You must take the test on your discretion की for design मुझे ये वाला test देने हैं दोनों. For commerce or economics we have to give this one, right? So take these tests. You've already given 2 mock tests. You've already downloaded the whole launcher and the whole IBA launcher thing. So now is the time that you revise all your formula books, and you revise everything that you have already done, and spend tomorrow or spend your the previous day before your exam just going through formulas, going through reading comprehensions, because it is always better that if you get a reading comprehension from a topic that you've already done before. Like if you get a question from something like ancient Greek, and you're not very much enthusiastic about ancient Greek, it becomes tough for you to grasp the whole reading comprehension, and if you lose marks in reading comprehension, it's going to be really tough. So whenever you get time, and if you're a reader, an avid reader, then I'd suggest you to go through different topics, just read them, just skim through them, scan the topics and some content related to it, so that when the topic comes up, you're not completely lost about what the whole passage is all about. You have different nuances or like different connections where you can join the dots and recall something about the topic. So yes, take the mock test here and design your whole now that you're given the 2 mocks, you must design your whole time distribution for the exam. Know what is your strength, give it less time. If verbal ability is your cup of tea, then give time to quant, give time to reasoning, and don't stress about the exam. It's going to be amazing. I know it's tough. NPAT is definitely kind of competitive exam, but you're gonna get through and don't stress about it. I'll be posting a lot more videos about, some biases interest test, about the NPAT exam as well, for all the 22 second May exam takers. So stay tuned and subscribe to this channel. We also have IPMAT Rohtak coming up, and I have a few, videos decided for it as well. So like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and that's it. Thank you so much.